Snorting cocaine and taking Viagra. Guess what? A lot of times when it comes to chemsex, which a lot of people probably know what that is, but maybe some don't, is when you take a stimulant such as cocaine, methamphetamines, it can create what's called chemsex. It's this mad desire to have sex. And it is something that has to relate to the amount of dopamine that's in your system. And a lot of times, guess what? People are taking things like Viagra, they're taking Cialis, they're taking ED meds because if you do too much coke, you would know, like I did, this doesn't really work that much. And once you're about half a gram, 2 grams in, because their whole obsession is, well, I got 2 grams in, I need to get 3 grams, I need more grams. Well, the worst part about it is now you're going to take something like Viagra and people don't realize the dangers behind it, because what happens when you mix Viagra and cocaine, it puts a lot of extra just stress on your heart. Cocaine alone is one of the biggest reasons why people go to the emergency room when it comes to any kind of substance at all, because they think they're having a heart attack. But when you mix cocaine and Viagra, 2 big things can happen. One, you can get serotonin syndrome. Serotonin syndrome is deadly. That's when your brain starts to produce too much serotonin. It's not turning it off, and guess what? You die from this toxicity. It's actually very, very painful, and it's very deadly. Another one, though, which is the scariest one that I'm very grateful that never happened to me, you can tear your aortic valve. It puts that much strain onto your blood flow and onto your system that one of your aortic valves in your heart literally can get a tear in it and you're dead. That is the dangers of mixing these two, but it is actually a very common mixture because unfortunately when you have a stimulant in your system, you do get these massive urges and desires a lot of times to it almost like fills this hole of the drop that you get from a meth when it comes to cocaine. When you get these drops, it almost helps offset it some. It's this weird obsession, and a lot of times if you talk to a lot of psychiatrists and psychologists out there, everybody's very aware of how this actually plays hand in hand, but they can't actually get sometimes down to the very exact science, but they know that it does play into the dopamine. And I will say this, as addicts, we will mix some of the most craziest things, some of the most dangerous things, and we don't give a shit. Because all we care about is destroying our lives, getting high, and thinking that that's how we're going to self-medicate and get through everything. I'll say this, I got sober 7/25/17. It's one day at a time. It's giving it everything that you got and knowing that it can and will get better. Knowing that you are worth it, knowing that it's a fight forward. NA, AA, treatment centers, inpatient rehab, outpatient rehab, whatever it takes, go find a therapist, man. Get on the right meds because you do matter. When you give all the energy into your sobriety that you once gave into your addiction, guess what? Life gets beautiful again and you are worth that.